Hey YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you today with a video on processing fish. I love processing fish because they're one of the easiest things to process. There's not a whole lot to them. This video I hope is going to be really informative for when you go out and catch fish. I'm hoping it'll give you all the tools you need to clean fish and be happy with it and be able to do it in an efficient manner. I'll have a follow-up video on this, cooking the fish and just showing y'all some of my techniques, be cooking them on the grill. I'm by no means a culinary expert, but I think it'll be a great place to start if you're not really used to cooking fish. And we'll go ahead and get started here. I'm here in front of the duck house. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show y'all just the basic tools that you're gonna need, and then I'll show y'all the process. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I got my memory card, it got full and it looked like I hadn't emptied the trash in a while, so I lost this part of the video of me making the fillet. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna flip him over. Luckily I've got another side. Here you can see the meat, boneless, skinless. I'm gonna just flip this fish over real quick and do the other side, and then we'll go ahead and do one whole. But let me go ahead and show everybody again, since the video didn't record. I'm picking up this fin right here, and I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go angled back with my knife like this, back towards the head of the fish. Now you can see I've got it behind the fin. I'm gonna come in here, I'm just gonna cut at about a 45-degree angle going back into the fish. And then I'm gonna turn my knife, and I know the proper way to do it is to come up on top and go back that way, but with a lot of these smaller fish I find it easier just to come in here like this and start cutting along that spine. You want to stay as close to the spine back here as you possibly can. You can see right there where I'm cutting, and you're just gonna move your knife back and forth, going back along that spine, close as you can get it. You want to get as much meat as possible. And see, I'm gonna go all the way back here until I get almost to the end of the tail. I'm gonna stop, because I'm gonna flip this thing over and get here close to the skin. Wash these scales off while you need the water. I'm gonna flip this right here, and I'm gonna get as close as I can to the skin, get it started, and then I can hold back here where I've already cut on that skin and just use it as a way to hold the skin tight and pull across this fish. Then move up, hold the skin a little bit more here, and fillet that puppy out. This knife needs to be sharpened. And then cut out the rib meat. If you want boneless, skinless fillets. And the bigger fish you get, the easier it is to do and the more meat you get. So, but on these smaller fish, the majority of the stuff you're gonna be catching, I don't like doing it because look at how much meat is left on this fish. I mean, it's got a bunch in here in between the bones and just under the skin. The skin's delicious too. I like cooking them whole just with the head off. You can even leave the head on. I know that my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law, they fight over the eyeballs of the fish. I'm not quite that adventurous. I don't know. The eyeball may be delicious. Need to try it. But anyway, yeah. See, I mean, you're leaving a good bit of meat behind. This meat isn't gonna go to waste, so I'm gonna let the ducks have at it and the chickens. But let me stop the video here for a second, put this meat away, and get me a bowl, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do them whole and the reason why I like it more. All right, I'm back now, and I'm gonna show y'all with a whole fish here, way to clean it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale this fish because we want to keep the skin on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my fin here in the little clamp, and you take a scaler or a spoon and you just move it like this right here against the scales. So if a fish is swimming, of course, its head's gonna be facing forward and all the water is going to pass over the fish like this. So what you're going to do to descale it is you're going to push against those scales. And see, if you come in here and get something like a scaler or a spoon, you definitely want to do this outside, but it is pretty quick work, and you get to keep all that delicious skin on the fish. Let me just get this little guy here scaled, and then I will show y'all one side and the other. And then just make sure you get about right here. You can see that underneath that fin up on their back. Get close to that tail. I want to get all the scales off the tail because around the tail is really good eating. See that right there? Make sure we get all those scales off. Now, you can see we got the scaled side and the unscaled side. So, let's flip this guy around, do the other side. Get there on that tail. It doesn't really take that long to scale these fish, and it's just so much better eating with the skin on. I can't stress that enough. I love the skin. All right, now that we got this little guy scaled, you definitely want to do it outside because it makes a huge mess. I'm gonna dip him in the water here. And take our fillet knife. I'm gonna come back here behind the fin again. I'm just going to take this head off. I'm going at an angle here to leave that piece of meat up here on top of the head, because that's a good chunk of meat there. I'm going to go all the way in at an angle like that. You see? And once I've gone as far as I can and I'm hitting bone, I'll flip it on the other side. Do the same thing, come in at that angle to get that head meat. Go all the way with the head here. Now, I'm gonna kind of cut it back. Cut through that bone. There she blows. Head comes off, along with some of the organs. Got the head off, you can see how I kind of cut a V in it. That gets the fish head off. Throw it in the bucket. Now I'm gonna come down here on the bottom of the fish, and I'm gonna go in between here and cut all the way to the anus and the reproductive organs. I'm gonna come in here and just cut this, make a slit. You don't want to go too deep on it because you want to make sure that you're not just destroying the guts and everything in there. You don't want it just all over your meat. Cut back all the way here to the butt of the fish. And now, I'm just going to take and put my fingers in there and rake the insides out. They go into the bucket. That's got you a clean fish ready to go on the grill. Wash them off a little bit more here. It's so easy because you've got just, I mean, there's no space in here hardly at all. It's not like other animals. When you go to clean them, some of them can be kind of difficult, but as you can see, it's a very small area on the fish that has any kind of guts and organs in it. So super easy to clean. Totally prefer them like this if I can do it. But I'll stop the video there and do a little outro. Well, I would show y'all me cleaning the rest of them. but I figured it'd probably get a little monotonous because it's the same thing over and over again, and I've got a ton. And it's also a lot slower talking, explaining, and cutting up all the fish. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up here in just a couple more minutes and get ready to put them on the grill. Y'all stay tuned for that on cooking them. And if you like this video, leave a like. If you've got anything to add or any questions, leave them down in the comments. And subscribe to the channel for more. I drop a video every day. I appreciate all y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next one.